Hi friends, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome back to my channel. What do you get when you cross a full-time job with an extra kid in the house and two extra pets and a pandemic? You get weeks without a video. But here I am back with a double-ended crochet hook tutorial, and this one is a variation of the yarn over lace Tunisian that most of you just loved. So we're going to try to do the Tunisian yarn over lace, but we're going to do it in a double-ended hook, and this is the look of the fabric that we get. I'm thinking that maybe this is a little too dark for camera, so we're going to start over with lighter colored yarns. Pink, pink, pink. Let's start with a pink and I believe this is a K size double-ended hook. This is our worsted weight yarn. It is Paint Box Yarns. And you will hear a variety of animal crashes and bumps and noises because, like I said, we have an extra cat in the house. We have Muffin. We did have a bird in the house there for a while, Doc Gray-White, who we just called the bird, who we were bird sitting for a bit, but now we have just Muffin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'd like an even number of stitches, so I'll do one more for 14. I'm going to pull up stitches as if to Tunisian simple stitch in the back bar, back ridge, back loop of each chain across for the first forward pass on this double-ended hook. Now, in case you didn't see it, the Tunisian yarn over lace is one of the most popular videos that I've had on the channel the past 3 years, and I will put that in the end of the video in the end cards so that you can grab that if you want. Now, after we have loaded up the hook with loops, 1 per stitch, we're going to slide the loops down to the other end of the hook, like so, and turn the whole hook. Now I will put this down and grab the second color, which is going to be the darker pink in this case. Place a slip knot. Is that going to be enough contrast? Perhaps it is not. Let's pick blue for visual sake. This is also a Paint Box yarn. I love having a variety of colors available. I'm going to place a slip knot on the hook, and that counts as the first yarn over when you do the return pass. So yarn over, pull through 1 loop on the hook. The loop is on the hook. Now I will yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook all the way across, okay? And then we will do a forward pass with the blue in the Tunisian yarn over lace style, but with the double-ended hook, okay? So the point was to take that very popular stitch and to translate it into the double-ended hook method. So I'm going to yarn over and then insert under 2 loops as if to Tunisian simple stitch at the same time, yarning over, pulling up a loop. So I have 1, 2, 3 loops on the hook, and 1, 2, 3 loops are used, okay? So yarn over, insert under 2, so the yarn over counts as 1, and then we take 2. So we are neither increasing nor decreasing. We are working evenly by increasing 1, then decreasing 1. So we are working evenly across here, and we will end with a Tunisian simple stitch in the last stitch there by just pulling up a loop. We have now 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14 stitches on our hook. When you've loaded up the hook with loops, we slide it down to the other end of the hook and turn. Okay, here we go. So this is what it looks like on the back, but usually Tunisian or cro-hook or crochet on the double or whatever you want to call it is reversible in that it looks good on both sides, even if it has a very different appearance, okay? So grabbing the yarn, the pink yarn that we had dropped earlier for the blue, I'm going to pick up the pink, yarn over and pull through 1 yarn over, pull through 2 loops all the way across. Now I did a little experiment with this one. On this one, for the first section of the swatch, on the return pass, I yarned over and pulled through 1 loop on the hook all the way across, and then I switched to doing yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, and then chaining 1. Or actually, would that be pull through? It would be like pull through 3 and then chain 1. To see like if it made much difference in the appearance. It made a little bit of a difference, but it was negligible. So the return pass being different really didn't make that much of a difference. But here is where we are at the moment. Now we are going to, here's where it's very different from the Tunisian counterpart. As we work this, the little diagonal here that's between my thumbs is not one of the stitches or loops that we're going through. It's these 2 blue ones here and here. Those are the stitches we're working on. Now, if we were to yarn over and insert the hook here, I'm going to put it on the far side of that diagonal yarn over here and push it to the side. So we're grabbing 2 and twisting it a little bit. So we have 1, 2, 3, and we used 1, 2, 3. So we are good to go. Yarn over. Now we are going to insert as if to Tunisian simple stitch, but we're going to push this yarn over aside to try and create more air. Okay, yarn over, insert as if to Tunisian simple stitch, but then insert also through the fabric, pushing that yarn over to the side. Yarn over, Tunisian simple, and then pull through, pushing that one to the side. Get myself some slack. This pink, for some reason, is tangled up, and I have too much yarn on my table, so my hook is grabbing at it. Too much of a mess there. Okay. So yarn over, and then insert as if to Tunisian simple stitch, but then go to the far side of the yarn over and put the hook through that space as if to Tunisian full stitch. Okay. And see how many we have on our hook now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. We only need 1 more, so we'll just pull up a loop in that final stitch here. Okay. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. So it's harder to see. It looks different, but it's, you know, the same. It's amazing how using different colors of yarns make a huge difference in how it looks. So now that the piece is loaded up, the hook is loaded up with loops, we're going to push it down to the side, the other end, and turn. Picking up the blue now, we will yarn over, pull through 1 loop on the hook, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook, 2 loops on the hook, 2 loops on the hook all the way across, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook all the way across. Here's where it looks when you're in the middle. So if you have to put your hook down to go answer the phone or to answer the door, this is what it might look like. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, and retension the pink there to make it even. Okay, so this is what we have. It is a dense, airy, squishy fabric. Yarn over, insert into this under the first bar, and then push the yarn over to the side and pull up a loop. Okay, so we're twisting and making a little pyramid here. Yarn over as if to Tunisian simple stitch, but then also to the far side of that yarn over through that whole space, picking up a loop. Yarn over, Tunisian simple stitch, push through to the back of the fabric on the far side of that yarn over. So you're making little twisted pyramids. I have no idea what this stitch is called. I just made it up. It's kind of fun though. Okay, so we have these little twisty tie pyramids going. Always count your stitches. Let's see how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 1 more. So we're basically skipping that last one. Okay. So now that the hook is loaded up with stitches, we're going to slide it back down to the other end and turn. It doesn't really matter which direction you turn your hook and all of the work. The main criteria for me in choosing which way to turn has to do with how my yarn is getting tangled or not. So now I'll pick up the pink, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2 loops all the way across. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you enjoy this little presentation, double-ended crochet of the yarn over lace. I might have to call it something else because it's not very lacy with all of the layers of yarn going on. And I do like the little X's and pyramids and stuff that's going on. Yarn over, insert through the first bar as if to Tunisian simple stitch, push the hook to the far side of that yarn over and pull up a loop through both. Okay, you see it as close as I can get it here. So yarn over, insert here to Tunisian simple stitch, and then next I'll be going on the other side of that diagonal strand. So first under Tunisian simple stitch, and then push through to the back on the far side of that yarn over. And that's what we get, this little X-looking twisted picot thing. And I don't know why my yarn is tangled. It's just grabbing. It's not really tangled. It's grabbing in the middle. Let's do another row or 2. Yarn over, Tunisian simple stitch, but then pushing through to the back. Okay. I hope you find this very relaxing because, you know, I think crochet is very valuable and relaxing use of our time. There's a ton of items on the channel. I really appreciate you keeping with me here. And so if my calculations are right, I should have 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and one more for the end to make 14, the little book end. All right, and what do we do now? We've got it loaded up. We're going to slide it back down and turn. Turn the whole thing. Now, how do you know, Ellen, if you have to put your work down and you're like, oh, I don't know which side is ready, I don't know. Well, the loops on the hook are the color you just used. So we always are going to be pulling through with the opposite color. So I know if this gets slid down to the middle of the hook and I have to put it down and leave it for a week, and then it's time to pick it up again, well, the loops are the colors that I just worked, and we're always going to be pulling through with the new color. So we're not going to pull the yarn all the way across here and pull through. So it must mean that we're pulling through with the new color on this end where the new color already is. So yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook all the way across. I think this would make a great, adorable baby sweater, especially if you did it in a little bit tighter gauge so that little fingers wouldn't go through it. I think it would make an adorable little cardigan or a diaper cover or something. Very, very cute, squishy, soft. Make an adorable blanket if you had a very long double-ended hook that you could use a Tunisian interchangeable hook and just put another hook on the other end. So here is what this Tunisian yarn over lace looks like when it's on the double. So I don't know what I'll call this. It almost looks like a chicken foot. It looks like little pyramids. So I don't know what I'll call it. It's very cute though, and I hope that you have liked this video. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and check out the Tunisian yarn over lace that's so popular, that is the inspiration for this stitch pattern, but also check out other crochet on the double videos. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you next time.
So he quit his job after that.